Dave, give us an opening statement. We'll take some questions.
Yeah. It's good to see you guys, just way frustrated and upset. The comments to the team was that this is bottom. You can't get any worse than this, just with the score and just the feeling you have. It's these are games you remember for a long time, and so you just feel gutted. And I feel like that now, and I know our guys do. And so going into it, my thought and my hope was that all the things that we have been through this season, with the negatives and the almost and the could have beens and the should have beens and all of that, was hopeful that there's lessons with that, and we're able to put it together and really have a fight and a competitive game in this one. And so really believed it. And so to not have that and to kind of be gutted is tough to say. It's tough to say that. But credit to coach and their squad. A great example of it early. I felt like early in the beginning of the game we were ready to play. I thought that there was good energy and effort. Our detail, especially on defense, but our detail is just, it's much to be desired. It's got to be improved. An example would be, I think it was a third down early in the game, and we had a Sam strong safety blitz. We're bringing 5 guys, and we're playing cover 2 to that side, like a trap 2. The corner's the force, and they're in a 3-by-1, and they run pin pull, so the tackle pulls and the guard pulls, and the running back's got the ball. And so the Sam comes under, and tight end takes him, and then the tackle comes and kicks out Devin Bobby, who's the safety, and then the guard pulls up, and we have 2 unblocked guys. So we've got Matt Jones and we've got Brooks Miller, and and this is not to point out and put anything on one dude. I think this is the whole team, and the defense in particular, is that as the guard pulls around, there's 2 gaps with the guard, outside and inside, and so Matt should put his body in the gap and then put the guard to his inside, and then that would allow Brooks to be on the inside of it. And if this microphone was the guard, we're here and here, and we build a wall and we're off the field. Matt took it on head up and kind of was working his head to the outside, and then Brooks is obviously in here, so now we're canceling out Brooks, and the ball hits, a 6-yard gain, and they go on to score. And it was death by those paper cuts and those inches. And then from there, then you get the frustration of we're not stopping them, and we're not doing this, and then it adds to deeper cuts, And so all that's frustrating. There's a lot to learn from that. I think there's a lot of young guys that are playing that there's, this has got to be something to where they see and what can happen if the detail isn't there and the execution doesn't match a preparation. And, there can be good that can come out of this. It's hard to kind of embrace that now. But with that, take any questions you guys got.
Dave, the turnovers, I guess, kind of compounded things, but how costly were those, I guess?
Yeah, I mean, we have not had turnovers, and so we picked a bad day to have some. Just when we were off on the execution, it did compound it. And I think I was talking to the defense when the first one happened, and it was just it's way unfortunate. It allowed, I thought this was one of the games where we consistently ran the ball the best, and it just feels kind of it doesn't feel right to say any of that when you look at the score, but the score got away from us early, and we had to throw it, and really, I mean, just in terms of drop back protection and catching a forward pass. And we struggled with that. I mean, we had to get movement, we had to have gadgets, and we should be above and beyond that, and we're not, But I thought the run game, from where it's been today, if we were in a position of slowing them down somewhat defensively, and we were not having the turnovers, it would have been a slow game, and I think we were able to move the chains and get to third and manageables and have play action pass opportunities, and that was the thought, but we couldn't hold them enough to do that.
When you fell behind 35-7 early in the second quarter, I guess, how do you throw the playbook out at all? Like, what big changes had to be made that maybe threw you off your rhythm? Did it at all?
So changes that we made, yeah. So we wanted, the guys that were playing and potential playmakers, and guys that either were guys that were made plays already or guys that hadn't touched the ball enough that really could make plays. We had to really emphasize them. And so, like Kelsey comes up in that. Monterey for sure comes up with that. Drake comes up with that. And so we wanted to put the ball in the hands of guys that could do something with it. Then defensively, it was just a lot of adjustments and a lot of clarifying and simplifying and revisiting kind of fits and eye progressions and just all of it. There's a great physicality with Kansas State, but there is a real intricate, if you line this way, you're going to get this. And whatever this is tough, so you got to make this adjustment, and then something else comes off of it. So you just find yourself in a rabbit hole real quick, and so you've got to pack right, pack pretty heavy, because you're going to go down deep, and that's just an area we did not do well with today.
Coach, it seemed like you had a couple more overthrows than normally this season. In terms of maybe what you saw from him in practice this week, or maybe just tonight, what was different?
I thought it was a really good week from him. I thought that, I think you could go with today with just trying to make up for the however many points in one throw. He's pressing. I thought a lot of that was with the scrambles. I thought there's times that there was pressure. There's other times that, I thought the pressure probably compounded, and he was feeling it more than he was actually seeing it. And I think all of that's real when you've been hit throughout the year, and then you're trying to make a play, and so I think that was what was at the bottom of it today. But Warrior, man, battled. I mean, there's times he takes hits, he gets back up. He's making on the sidelines, he's getting guys up, ready to play, and so way proud of his effort.
I guess moving forward now, do you see more value in kind of developing some of the younger guys, give them more play time, or do you just kind of see, same substitutions and things like that?
No, appreciate that. Yeah, a lot of young guys have been playing. I mean, we've been doing that since the beginning of the year, and so I wish a lot of those young guys, were not playing like young guys. We had a 3rd and 8 and inside pressure, and we had to get off the field, and we had a 3 technique that was contain and young guy, and we weren't able to get to contain, quarterback gets out, and, I just think there's things like that. If you got a young guy and it's a first start or second start, you kind of work with it. If a guy's been playing the whole season, it's a critical moment, and that happens, it's a different deal. And so we've turned the page with some of that, man. We've got to execute that stuff. It's unacceptable. But our young guys have been playing quite a bit.
What did you think of the energy today, and then what really happened there with Alvin in the first half?
Yeah, I thought the energy to start, like I say, was good. I thought that you would have liked to have a stop on that first drive. I thought there's a bunch of 3rd downs, and a lot of those were the paper cuts we talked about. And then offensively, to get back and to run the ball and to score and do all that, I thought was really strong. And I thought it was good. there was an intentional effort to have energy, guys, because it's hard when you've had the season that we've had and the record and the score is what it is. You know, that's always difficult to have, but the guys knew that they mattered, and the words they say and the noise they make and the touch they have means something, and so that you could see guys trying. So I mean, I appreciate that, you know, that they were trying to do that. Yeah, I think Alvin is frustration. You know, is frustration. I think just you know, part of it with Alvin is I think for him to there's been Alvin's incredibly smart, incredibly kind-hearted, very conscientious, very you know, I mean, Alvin could be in the corner of this room and we wouldn't know it. You know, he'd poke his head around and there he was, but there the whole time. And so I just think for Alvin, for him to find a way that's not a personal foul, for him to establish kind of his identity and this is his presence and his care factor and an expression of who he is, without getting kicked out of the game, I think is the challenge for him and us as coaches to do, you know. So
Thank you all.
okay, thank you guys.
Take questions for BJ.
Bryson, obviously being a seventh-year senior, I mean, how tough is this knowing that probably not going to go to a bowl game?
It's extremely tough, especially me being here for so long. I just want to be a great leader and influence all the people in the locker room. And I just feel like, you know, there's a lot on the table that's just been left out. And I wish that I could go back and, you know, in those opportunities that we had in the previous games and practices, just to do what I can to sacrifice for the team. And, you know, I hurt for them, but I wish it was better for them because we're a better team than what's been displayed.
I guess how frustrating is it when, you know, it seems like Kansas State's just walking down the field or kind of consistently driving. I guess what are the frustrations like when that's happening, and what are the conversations like how to stop it?
I mean, the frustrations are that, you know, how do we execute to stop it? And defensively, you know, you just got to everybody has to do their 111 to execute. And there's times where one guy isn't doing what he's supposed to do. Like an example today, in the beginning of the game, I'm out there in a 3-by-1 formation, and you know they throw a screen, and I'm not setting the edge on the receiver that's coming to block me, and that happened twice. And so that, you know, in those situations, you know, that's me. I got to do my 111 to make sure that that ball don't come out there, and you know, and those situations stack up throughout the game. So, you know, I hate that it happens, but that's, you know, that's the reason. Like, winning is hard, and everybody on defense, everybody on offense got to contribute to make, you know, plays happen, to make, you know, points come up on the scoreboard, and just to make big plays happen in the game. So,
Bryson, obviously it was still a huge uphill climb, but when y'all got within 3 scores there in the third quarter, was there thinking a little bit back to UCF, like we can still do this, that kind of thing? Oh,
no doubt. The whole game. So, you know, we never gave up, and that's the one thing about this team I love. We still not giving up, but you know, the coaches' conversations was like, we're going to come out here, we're going to win this game all the way up to the clock turns 0. Even at the very end, you know, we want to go out there and do onside. Like we wanted to make sure that we can have an opportunity to win the game, but it just didn't happen for us. So we got to go back to the drawing board and just keep putting that work in and trusting the process, because, you know, we're going to get better, and this team is going to be the team that, you know, we want to be and that we aspire to be.
Not a lot of sacks, but did you feel like y'all were getting some pressure on Will Howard?
Yeah, we were getting some pressure, but like I said, there was opportunities that we could have, you know, maybe did a pressure here and there, or, you know, one guy could have came loose or came free, but we did the best we could. And those guys definitely that were getting opportunities to go at them, we're trying our best to get back there.
All right, guys, questions for Drake?
Drake, was that tough just to, I guess, I mean, y'all scored on your opening touchdown, but was it tough just to fall behind like that and always playing catch up?
Yeah, I mean, one of the emphasis for us all year has been starting fast, and I think we were able to do that, but there's still more ball game left to play after that. So just not giving, just not shooting ourselves in the foot and basically giving the defense points and giving them opportunities. And yeah, I think it's unfortunate.
When you're kind of playing from behind like that, what are the conversations like, and all the trick plays and all that stuff? Like, what are y'all talking about to kind of keep the spirits high?
Really just trying not to look at the scoreboard, not to pay attention to it, and go play every snap, one snap at a time, like it's your last. I mean, no matter what the score is, anytime you get the opportunity to play the game, you got to go give it your all. So I think there was never a doubt that we couldn't come back, and I know it's tough, but we're playing from behind, but we're just going to keep trying to pound the rock one play at a time.
Drake, talk about that touchdown to you. What worked on that? And I mean, the DB was actually pretty close there, but you just had a good crowd.
Yeah, I was a little trickery, kind of just like a little delay play, and they ended up sitting on it, and I just kind of tried to go upfield with it, and Blake kind of saw that and led me upfield, and luckily the DB missed. So, I mean, all glory to God for that one, but I think just doing whatever we can to just give our offense and our team a spark. So that was big in that moment.
Were you guys overwhelmed by the crowd at all? It seemed like as the game prolonged, it seemed like the fans started smelling blood in the water as you guys fell deeper into a hole.
No, I don't think so. I mean, I think we were prepared and we knew what it was going to be. And, I mean, I don't think we had as many cadence issues or anything like that. So we were just honing in on the ball and on the clap. So I mean, we know it was us versus everybody, and we had our backs against the wall, and that's when we just got to come together and be stronger than ever. But, I mean, they have great fans, but no, I don't think it had too much of an effect.
Things got a little chippy out there, and it seems like y'all brought a good amount of energy today. How do you feel about the energy y'all brought?
Yeah, I think we brought what we could. I think we went out there fired up, ready to play, and I mean, we just gotta stay composed in those situations. But I think it also lit a fire under us after it happened to go out and go get some more and keep playing hard. So
Blake was kind of taking shots and running for his life a little bit and getting hit a lot. I guess what continues to be a warrior for y'all. What's it like having him out there, and does that kind of boost y'all when he's kind of putting his body on the line?
Yeah, I think having Blake back there is what you're going to get from him. He's never, no matter what the circumstance is going to back down from anything. He's the toughest dude on that field. And I think just him continuing to go out there no matter what it was, if he's getting pressure, rolling out, getting hit, getting back up every time and trying to make the next play shows a lot just for his character and just how much this team means to him and that he's willing to do everything and lay it on the line for us.
So with this being the 7th loss of the season, I mean, basically no bowl game, what's the team's mind state?
I mean, we kind of just talked about this is rock bottom, but I think when you hit rock bottom, there's only one way up. So, I mean, we have a choice to make. We have 2 games left. Obviously, we can't make a bowl game, but anytime you get the opportunity to play this game, I feel like you got to go give it your all. So, just doing what we can to scrap and claw for the last 2 wins and make us feel better about this season.
Anything else for Drake?
Thanks, Drake.
Thank you, guys.